So, I did watch the over 4 hours of testimony on the stand from Sarah Boone, and that was pretty shocking. It was pretty shocking, you guys. My mom came over to help me with mail um, just before Paul went live with his live stream of a recap. And he and I both had the same problem. We had interruptions where there were portions that we missed. In his case, he's traveling to meet family, and in my case, um, I was listening to it while I was lying down. So I fell asleep for part of it. And then my mom woke me up because in exchange for helping me with the mail, I had to give her one of those like timer, the switches that you use for Christmas lights that will automatically set your lights off at a certain time and then switch off. Because I have a couple of them. Oh, my lighter, you guys. Mm-mm-mm. So, the thing that I found most interesting about the testimony today was that she was incredibly, she was incredibly hostile and daft with the DA compared to her own defense attorney. So there's a 9-minute interval between the two videos that she recorded. And she's trying to claim that in that 9-minute period, that's when he got angry and started making threats saying that he was going to end her. Hmm. How convenient that that was not captured on camera. This is also the period of time that she claims that she picked up her son's baseball bat and started, hi Carter, started beating his hand because she said his hand was getting out of the suitcase. And I guess this is consistent with the autopsy, is that the hand blows occurred outside of the suitcase. Um, the rest of the injuries occurred inside the suitcase. So she's talking about how she's trying to beat his hand back into the suitcase. And when that wasn't working, hey Hayden, when that didn't work, um, she started beating on the suitcase itself, which would have been his head, his back, etc. Right? And he has injuries consistent with blunt force trauma. We're talking about the Suitcase Sarah Boone trial, Hayden. The best person to follow the oh, I'm sorry. I always forget to do that. Okay. The best person to follow for updates on this is going to be reporting live from my sofa. And he also has a podcast channel. So he was recapping on his podcast channel tonight, which I think goes by the same name, but it's just like no spaces in between the words. I don't know how this all works. But that 9-minute period is going to be the key because um, when the DA asked her the same thing about the 9-minute period, can you tell us what happened between these two videos? What do you mean? What time are you talking about? What are you talking about? She's just like all over the place, right? And he's like, Sarah, you know exactly what the question was. I am talking about the 9-minute period between the two videos that you recorded. Tell us what happened between that period. And she's like, I don't remember. You literally just gave a description for your defense attorney not even an hour ago. You literally just described the events and said that you were being threatened. I know, right, Hayden? It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like I'm watching like a condensed version of the OJ trial, you know? It's all she has to do is flip one juror, you guys. And I think that's what she's counting on. I think that is what she's counting on, is that she just convinces one juror that she was a battered spouse, partner, whatever, right? But she is coming across as so pretentious. Her entire testimony revolved around her babysitting George. Well, I needed to redirect him this way and, focus him on this and focus him on that. Why? 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 Why do you need to do this? I was talking about it with my mom because we were watching Paul's live stream about it. And I said, seriously, if I was in a situation where I confined somebody that I was fearful could actually kill me, I think what I would do is, if I had animals, which I don't right now, I would pack everything up in the car, pack a suitcase, um, arm the system, leave, and call the police and say, this is what happened. This is his situation right now. I will disarm the system when you're ready to come in. But I need a protective order. He needs to stay the fuck away from me. Like, that's how I would have handled it. But apparently not with this chick. Because she wanted to milk all these guys for their money, as well as abuse them. I'd be very curious to know how her marriage with Brian went and what were the grounds for their divorce. So, um, this should be wrapping up early next week, it sounds like. There is going to be a few more witnesses called. for the defense that are supposed to be experts in battered wife syndrome and whatnot. And then there's going to be some rebuttal witnesses from the state. And then there's going to be closing arguments, at which point they will, retire the jury to go deliberation. All she has to do is convince one juror. That's it. She was offered a pretty good deal, 15 years manslaughter, which would have been reduced down to 5 on good behavior and time served and all that bullshit. That's a pretty good deal, considering nobody is disputing that she killed the man. I'll just kill a man. Isn't that Rage Against the Machine or something? So basically, I thought her performance on the stand was pretty pathetic. She did not look like a scared woman. She looked like a controlling woman who was chasing him around and making him do stupid, childish tasks. What are you going to do with that? You know? This is a crazy case, you guys. It's going to wrap up pretty quick. I know there's other live streamers that want to jump in on this that have not been following it as long as I have or other people have. You're a little late to the party, but okay. That's like getting on Ruby Frankie's case now that she's already been convicted. Like, what are you going to do with that? I just don't even know. But all right, you want to tag along to the smaller channels? That's cool. There might be other channels that are covering it that have been for a long time. I'm thinking that Amy with 2 M's, can't remember her last name. She might have been covering it too. But at the end of the day, anybody trying to jump in mid-trial when it's like almost over, come on now. What are you thinking? You don't even know what this... okay. So for those of you who don't know the Suitcase Sarah case, she basically claims, and she's changed her timeline in court on this. So she's already perjured herself. She says that she got up that day and convinced George to help her clean the house because her son would be coming over the next day. In her original interrogation videos, she said that the cleaning occurred later at night. Okay. Somewhere around noon, 12:15, they went to a Publix to buy a 1.5 liter bottle of wine, which is basically the equivalent of 2 bottles of wine. They already had one in the fridge that was half drunk. So both of these people are small. He is 5'3" and 102 pounds, and she is 5'3" and 98 pounds at this time. Neutrino, I am an angel for good people, and you are a good person. Has anyone told you today that you are a wonderful person? Well, you just did. Thank you for that. That was very nice. But I did have my mom over here today and we were chuckling about things. You know, she tried to help me with my mail. I'm going to have to go to the post office and rectify some things, but okay. So, anyway, bada bing, bada boom. Hi, I was wondering if George was given CPR and there was blood coming out of his mouth. Why didn't she have blood around her mouth? Was she just doing chest compression? Okay, this is entirely my speculation. I don't think she did CPR at all. But I have heard that in recent years, um, CPR has changed. Like every time you get certified for CPR, they change it up a little bit. And the last I heard is that you're not supposed to actually blow oxygen into their lungs unless you have one of those like things that separates your mouth from them, right? Um, that's what I've heard. But it's more important to do the chest compressions. And no, I don't think she was doing them at all, right? So you agree with me. Okay. So basically at 12:15 they went to Publix and they bought one of these giant bottles of wine that's like equal to 2 bottles of wine. And then they started doing like a small puzzle and then 1,000-piece puzzle, and then they're listening to music and they're letting the dogs out in the backyard, right? Smoking, drinking their wine, and go back inside. They do some painting, right? And here's where she gets tripped up because there's other witness testimony at this point. She says that the suitcase was already downstairs, but there are 3 neighbors who said they heard loud thumps on that staircase the night that this happened. She's saying that they're messing up their dates and that was Saturday night when he lifted her up, grabbed her by the hair like a caveman, and thumped down the stairs. I don't think even if you're carrying a woman and thumping down the stairs that you could make the same sounds as rolling a person in a suitcase down the stairs, right? Foodie Beauty. I just watched a vid you did on Kalari. Fell asleep, woke up and saw you were live, so I just wanted to hop on and say hello. Thank you. I appreciate the flyby. I hope you stick around. But yeah, so we're talking Suitcase Sarah tonight. because she was just on the stand, and I don't think she did very well. Just saying. I think she looked like a pretentious bitch who was like, I had to babysit him all the time. I had to redirect him to all these different projects and stuff. Like, look, if you're tired, bitch, and you need to go to sleep, and your son's coming the next day, all you have to say is, no, George, I'm going to sleep now. That's it. That's all you gotta fucking say. But instead, she zipped the guy into a suitcase and then beat him with a baseball bat. And she said that when he was off camera, he was claiming that he was going to end her life. All right. I'm sure that happened, girl. I'm sure that happened. Oh my God, even. So, she has gone through, she has fired 8 attorneys in the last 4 years. That's why it's taken so long to get to trial. She's fired 8 fucking attorneys, you guys. She has sent some really nasty letters to the court. Um, I mean, I've been covering this for at least a year and a half. She has been sending some crazy ass letters to the court and trying to file her own motions and not getting shit done. She finally got a public offender who she is willing to work with. Thank you for the vid. Who's Suitcase Sarah? Suitcase Sarah is on trial right now for killing her boyfriend. She zipped him up in a suitcase, made some videos about it, saying, "This is what you get for cheating on me," you know, like shit like that. Owens is a joke. Who is Owens? Refresh my. Is that one of the attorneys? Is that is that her attorney? Because I don't remember all the names of all these people. I think he's doing the best he can with what he has. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I'll look it up. Dude, dude, dude. Go to reporting live from my sofa. That is the best channel that has been covering this. And you'll find a lot of info on this. But for other react channels that are in girl world that are trying to jump on board like at the last minute, it's like, come on, you're too late. You really are too late for this one. You don't have enough information. So anyway, she lied. It is okay. Owens is the attorney. I think he's just doing the best he can with what he has, you know? I don't really have any hate for the dude because he really is trying to give her the best defense possible. And that's pretty hard given who he's representing. You know what I'm saying? Because she's fired 8 goddamn attorneys at this point. She's sent several defamatory letters to the court over the course of the last 4 years. Like, this literally happened sometime in like 2019 or 2020 before the pandemic even started. It's that long ago. It's really that long ago. Um, so she is lied about. Yes, exactly, Foodie Beauty. That's exactly it. Reporting live from my sofa. He has two channels. He has like his main channel, but then he's got like a podcast channel. And he was live tonight summarizing what happened on the stand. But he missed some of it, and I missed some of it too, because I lied down for a bit and fell asleep. And my mom called me and woke me up. That's true. Bada bing, bada boom. That's a cute name. I like it. So, anyway, she lied about the timeline on those thuds because there are three neighbors who have said that they heard the thuds on the night that George died. Right? So, the suitcase was at the top of the stairs. Now, were they playing hide and seek? Is that how he ended up in the suitcase? Did she get him in some other way? We don't really know, right? But somehow he ended up in this suitcase and she zipped it up. And they did demonstrations in the courtroom today, and it looks like a very difficult maneuvering because they've got like a paper clip on the suitcase. It doesn't zip all that easy, right? It's not it's not that easy to actually zip this suitcase. My mom just called and the phone woke me up too, but I didn't answer. I'll call her back. That's cool. I mean, I was asking my mom for a favor, so I needed to reply because like it's been hard for me to get my mail because it's like the lowest box and it's hard for me to crunch down to actually get to it. So they left me a note saying, "You waited too long. We have taken your mail." So now I got to go to the post office and figure out what to do about this. So I got to handle that tomorrow. But she came over, she had some ice cream, and she watched some of reporting live from my sofa. I said, "Isn't this like the OJ trial? It's like the OJ trial." So, so she lied about her timeline. Everybody else in the building says that the thuds were heard on the night that George died. And she's saying that no, that was Saturday, and it was because he was battering me, right? Um, but what is suspected is that the suitcase was at the top of the stairs. Somehow she got him in there. Somehow she zipped up a very difficult suitcase that had a paper clip on it to actually maneuver the zipper. So this is not an easy suitcase to work with, right? And then she tossed him down the stairs. Then she started kicking him around the, I guess, living room it would be. And then she made two videos. One is, I think, 11 minutes long, and one is 2 minutes long. But they are both videos of her taunting him and saying, "This is what you get for cheating on me. This is what you get for suffocating me." And he's in the suitcase saying, "Sarah, Sarah, I can't breathe. Sarah, Sarah, I can't breathe." Pooty Beauty. What the hell if my mail gets too full? They just put it at my front door. Well, I guess they got sick of doing that for me. Happy to hear you're close to your mama. I'm close to mine too. Yeah, I mean, we do things for each other. I also like, she wanted to borrow one of those Christmas timers, the light timers for Christmas lights. Um, so, it worked out for both of us, really. She had some ice cream that she left over here and watched a little bit of that with me, and I gave her the timer. Because I'm not gonna bother. I'm not doing decorations at all this year. It's too hard physically, and I feel like there are too many hostile neighbors in my community for me to do anything cheerful for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why would I do anything for them? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did have the mailman did bring it up to my door once. And I think I need to go down to the post office and explain, look, I'm disabled. I can't always get down there and crouch down like that. Can you give me a higher mailbox so I don't have to um, get in a position that is difficult for me physically? Or can you knock on my door and hand me my mail? Like, is there another way we can do this? I gotta figure it out because apparently I've lost a lot of mail. So there's that. I didn't think it had been that long, but so anyway, she taunted him, recorded herself taunting him, was so blackout drunk that she didn't remember doing these things, and went upstairs and passed out and went to sleep. So by the time she woke up the next day, God knows what time that was because she says she went to bed around midnight. She did not call 911 until 1 p.m. the next day. So that is a very large window of time. Was she staging the scene, putting out the puzzle pieces and the painting to make it look like they had been working on these things? Hmm. Because it doesn't seem feasible that she would have slept for something like 13 fucking hours, right? And especially expecting her son coming, she's got to pick her up her son from school. It's okay. She's got to pick up her son from school at 3 p.m. the next day. And she is still intoxicated when she calls 911 and um, tells them it was just a game, it's an accident, and I didn't mean to do this. How about when she texted his family hide and seek, we shall? I know she gave some heads up to like the brother, right? Has that actually been shown in court yet? Or is that going to be part of the rebuttals? But yeah, those texts are out there that I don't think the family's been called up yet. I think they're intentionally going to bring them up during the rebuttal phase. Um, but yeah, there she had like some premeditated texts saying that she was going to get rid of him through hide and seek. Foodie Beauty. Yeah, we both help each other out. I go to her house often and help her clean. She has a lot of physical health problems. She's done way more for me, though. I pray the post office will help you out with your mail. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my mom's had some health problems where I've ended up like babysitting her animals. Her unfortunately her little puppy, her dog, it was an elder dog. I know I say puppy, but it was just like this tiny little dog. It was tiny. Had to be put down recently due to health concerns, but they did show it, huh? Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, I've babysat her animals on several occasions when she's either traveling or recovering from health situations like a hip replacement, or she was in a severe car accident at one point. Um, so, I'm there for whatever I can do. Yeah, when the fires were going on in Trabuco Canyon, I had her stay with me for 3 days with her animals. Gigi was still alive then, but on death's door. She was just like lying in the, um, what is it called? The little donut thing. Um, and really wouldn't move. But she did eat and drink. She ate and drank, but she really wouldn't move. She clearly was debilitated. Okay, so they've got those texts out there. They've already established that she was already thinking about doing this. And she said in her testimony that they were fine all day. They were not arguing until she got cross examined. Then she said that there was some back and forth. And so you can't, I mean, especially within the same interrogation, like we're talking about, like she's on the witness stand for like 4 hours and she changes her testimony within that 4 hours. That's fucking crazy, don't you guys think? That's insane. Wow. Suitcase Sarah. The fatties are going to be mad that I didn't pay attention to them today. They're going to be like, why didn't you watch my live stream? Why aren't you giving me commentary today? Look, girls, this is far more exciting than your bullshit. I don't care about how bigoted and stupid you are and, how you're cheating on your diets and, lying to us about how much exercise you get. Not my fucking problem today. Today I'm watching Suitcase Sarah. That's how it's gonna go. Um, Anywho, you guys, I think I appreciate you all for stopping in. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel on your way out. And Check out Reporting Live from My Sofa. That guy's been doing videos on this for a long time. I'm going to cry. I lost my baby boy dog in March. He was 16 and a half in 10 days. Oh my gosh, you know it down to the wire. He passed in his sleep. He's my soul dog. I have sad, so I feel like it just happened. You're a good daughter. Well, you're a good child as well. I lost my cat in March as well. He had some sort of mysterious illness where he lost half of his body weight within 4 weeks. And the blood work didn't turn out very well. It was going to be another $500 for imaging, and he was 13. 13 and a half. Bye, bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, it sucks to lose your familiar, if you will. And that's what he was to me. He was my familiar. But you guys have a good night, okay? Take care.